Hi, this is Shane Trotter, the Strength and Conditioning Coordinator at Mansfield High School. I'm going to talk a bit today about our pull-up progression and our pull progressions. So again, everything we do, and it's something I always reiterate with our athletes, everything we do is a progression. Okay, from squat to deadlift to whatever. In squat, we'll progress different types of squats. Then when we're, doing a back squat itself, we're constantly progressing weight. Okay, so the two keys that are paramount in strength and conditioning that I always am reminding my athletes of is number one, form. We're going to execute with technical proficiency everything we do. Okay, if we do things with poor form, some negative things are going to happen, injuries, etc. All right, two is that we have to be progressing and overloading. Progressive overload, okay? If we're not giving our system, all right, some sort of overload, then we're not going to see any positive body adaptation, okay? So it's very important that we're always progressing, okay, while maintaining perfect form, okay? So we want to kind of push the limit a little bit more each week. We talked about a lot of progressions in that philosophy when we did the push-up progression video. Now we're going to look at some of our pull progressions. So first, before I even do a vertical pull, which is typically building to the pull up, I like to start with a horizontal pull. Okay, I think it's a lot easier of a movement. I think it does. It's better for shoulders early on too, and so that's where I usually start. We'll do a dumbbell rows, eventually build up to a bent over row. I like the inverted row early on for teaching a horizontal row. Okay, so the inverted row. All right, I'm gonna get under the bar. I tell our athletes, okay, we usually top push-up. By now, it's the opposite of a push-up. Like a push-up, it's a moving plank, all right? Shoulder to heels in a straight line, neck is neutral. The only thing moving is elbows back, okay? Instead of pushing the ground away, I'm pulling my chest to a bar though, all right? So the setup would be just like so. I'll get heel to shoulder in a straight line, fast up, slow down, fast up, slow down. I really want to hit, okay, right kind of at the sternum, okay, every time. Now the way I can progress this, if that's too hard, pull my heels under me, but again I have to extend my hips, all right, so that my shoulder to knee is now in a straight line, and it's the only thing that's moving again is elbows back, all right? So I usually start with a horizontal pull. When I'm ready to move to that vertical pull, the pull-up progression, there's a few things we can do, okay? Typically, you just kind of want to let, don't overcoach it. Some athletes, all right, and it's a great thing when they can do a pull-up, all right? Once you show it, they can just do a pull-up. So what a pull-up should look like, it's also a moving plank, shoulder to heel in a straight line. I want elbows to cross the plane of my torso. So elbows need to break the plane of my torso. Down and up, okay? So again, like most things, I want to be explosive and then fight that negative, okay? And I pull up, go close grip, you can go wide, but what's going to happen is the elbows are going to break the plane of the torso, and if you notice, my legs aren't moving much at all. Heel to shoulder should be in a straight line, okay? You cue the athlete, all right, to tense their core and their glutes together, all right, and that'll kind of fight that swinging. Now, often, students just can't, they just can't do a pull-up. At first especially. So we have to progress into it. There's quite a few ways we can do it, all right? And I have a linear progression written out on all our boards, all right? We have a little graphic in the weight room where they can see as it progresses from one end to the next, they're always moving to the far extreme, which would be a pull-up, all right? So the easiest, right, the furthest progressed is just a hang for 30 seconds. Now when I hang, I don't want to hang all the way down. I want tension in the shoulder, slight pull, and I want to hang without swinging for 30 seconds. If an athlete can do that, all right, now I want to start to, I'll have them jump and then fight the negative as long as possible. Get up again, jump, fight the negative as long as possible. Okay, so we'll do reps of those, jump and fighting a negative. All right. Usually then, I'll have them kind of work to jump, fight the negative to 90, hold, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way to 1, and then fight the negative all the way down. A couple sets of those. Usually you're getting pretty close. If you can do that, okay, really work on that eccentric phase, those negatives. If you can do that, usually you're pretty close to a pull-up. Then the next phase that I'll enter if we have a band, okay, and I think is great, is the band assisted pull-up. Okay? I just set my pin settings, okay, the band across, I can step up into it, knee down, and now I have the band's assistance. Okay? Resist the negative band assistance. Now, the thing about that is I can also regress this movement. I can say, wow, those are easy. I need less help. I'll bring it down to a 4. Okay? The great thing about this too is the band is going to have more stretch while I'm at the bottom. We'll have less leverage on the movement. Alright? It's going to be assisting me more. And as I get stronger, having better leverage, the band's assisting less. By the time I'm at the top, the band's hardly assisting at all. Okay? And I can keep lowering that band till I don't need the band at all. Okay? So that's the goal, is to gently regress yourself off of a band, to have no band whatsoever, so that you're just doing full range of motion pull-ups. When we go to test this movement, all right, it's very hard to standardize without having a kind of a clear, a very clear marker. So I always say elbow above the ear, elbow breaking the plane of the torso. Elbow above the ear, elbow breaking the plane of the torso. Okay, so there's no gray area. Okay, athletes know what the expectation is. We also have a marker. If their knees come up, if their feet go forward past the line, then they do not get credit for the pull-up either. So we really want to emphasize in this that it's, like everything, all right, it's a total body movement. Athletics, the body has to work as one unit, so we need the body to work as one unit here in the pull-up, okay? Core should be tight, glutes should be tight. Sometimes, if I really want to advance the lift, okay, I'll have a hang leg raise to a pull-up, okay? And that really teaches the athlete how to utilize the core, all right, and utilize this pull-up as a core exercise as well. The final thing I'll do with our running backs, receivers, quarterbacks is we'll have them get all the way to the top. Okay, I call them fumble negative, anti-fumble pull-ups basically. They get to the top and a partner is pulling their legs down and they're fighting that. Okay, kind of simulating like they were holding on to the football. All right, that's our pull-up progressions. It's a phenomenal lift. You got to have, in every program, you got to have squat, hinge, push, pull, and carry. Kind of to go back to Dan John's fundamental movements. All right, and these are kind of how we work that vertical pull movement. Thanks so much. I hope that helped.